If you're a store owner or a media buyer trying to manage ads right now in 2021, you know that the days of getting lucky with scaling your campaigns are gone, and you have to have a really good structure in order for you to actually scale your campaigns beyond the $100 a day mark. What's up, guys? Nikita from aspectagency.com, and today I'm going to be showing you the exact campaign structure that I use with my clients that helps them reach over 7 figures a year in revenue. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we are in my computer, and I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly the campaign structure that I use for all of my clients. So starting off with the first thing, and this is not even a campaign that we're going to be using for advertising. This is what's called a staging campaign. And a staging campaign is very important because here is where we put all of the ads that we're about to run into. And this not only helps us keep all of our ads organized, but at the same time it helps boost the posts at the same time while we're testing them, which we'll get into a little bit later. And what do I mean by boost? Since we set up all of our ads in the staging campaign, when we're actually launching our ads for testing or scaling, we use the post ID. And when we use the post ID, we use that same exact post ID on multiple audiences when we're testing them. So that means that one post with that same exact ad copy and ad creative starts to get more and more social engagement and more social proof. So that way, when we're about to add it into the scaling campaign, it already has so much social proof that we don't really have to do any engagement campaigns, and that we can just run it off, and that social proof is actually going to help sell whatever product we're selling. And again, this goes for both lead gen and e-commerce, but so far we're mainly using it for e-commerce in this case scenario. So we have one for top of funnel, where we have staging all top of funnel creative and copy. Then we have middle of funnel, where we have middle of funnel creative and copy. And then we have our bottom of funnel, where you guessed it, we stage all of our bottom of funnel creative and copy. So this is basically helps us keep all of our accounts organized and helps keeps all of our campaigns and ads organized. I broke this down even further in an earlier video, which you can go ahead and click the link up below or down below, where I broke down exactly how I structure all of my staging campaigns, as well as structuring the actual naming conventions behind each campaign. Next up is the actual campaigns, and as you can see, we're using a top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel campaign structure. So we use this, but into a more higher degree. So let's go ahead and break down top of funnel first. So here is our top of funnel. Top of funnel specifically has 4 different campaigns. So we have a phase 1, a phase 2, phase 3, not a phase 4, but it's called an engagement campaign. So phase 1 is responsible for all audience testing. And what I mean by that is we use proven creative and proven copy to test out different audiences. This means we only have one variable to test for, and that's audience. No other variables could be responsible for pushing the bar, making sure that we're getting conversions through that audience, that variable only. Phase 2 is exactly the same, except for it's flipped. We use all of our proven audiences here with new copy or new creative combinations. And this is where we find out whether the copy is pushing the needle or the creative is pushing the needle. And as you can see here, we also have a diagram to show you roughly barometer we use when finding out whether a creative or an audience or a copy is proven. So we use the 10 conversions at CPA as the the baseline. So if we're testing for a new audience and that audience has 10 conversions at CPA, that means it's a winner. That's where we can move it on to possibly using it in a phase 3, which I'll explain in a second. Phase 2, same thing. If we're testing out proven audiences with new copy or creative, and that new copy and creative got 10 conversions at CPA or ideally below CPA, that's when we would consider it a winner. And when we take 4 to 5 proven audiences that are winners, and then 4 to 5 proven creative copy combinations that are winners, that's when we set up a phase 3. And phase 3 is the only campaign that we utilize CBO in top of funnel, aside from engagement, obviously, because this is not conversions driven. All of these are conversions driven because we're only here for conversions. We're not here to get clicks, or we're not here to get video views. It's all conversion based. And phase 1 is ABO based, mainly there to have a specific budget run and make sure that all the ad sets are getting proper budget and they're being tested to the full extent. Same thing with phase 2. And phase 3, that's when we can let Facebook do more optimizations because we already have winners in both audiences, creative, and copy. So that is the structure that we utilize for all top of funnel ads and top of funnel audiences, top of funnel creatives, etc. Now lastly, the engagement campaign is mainly there to serve the phase 3 campaign. So like I mentioned earlier, the reason we stage campaigns is to make them more organized and at the same time build social proof. Now once we have those 4 to 5 proven creatives in the phase 3 campaign, we put those same exact 4 to 5 creatives into an engagement campaign. And we mainly do this to build up more and more social proof because that increased engagement is going to have a significant impact on decreasing our CPMs, cost per milli, which is cost per 1,000 people reached, and increase our click-through rate because when you're scrolling down the feed, are you more likely to click on an ad that has 1,000 likes and like 100 comments or an ad that has like 1 like, no comments? You'd go with the other one because it already has so much social proof and people already responded to that ad. So this is where the engagement campaign is super important once you launch the phase 3. Moving on to middle of funnel. Now middle of funnel is broken down into multiple ad sets here, so it's still segmented, but at the same time we're including these audiences and we're excluding these audiences in all of our middle of funnel ad sets. All of these individual things are their own ad sets, and this is where you include your middle of funnel ads, a middle of funnel creative and copy that you test out on middle of funnel specifically. And here is where we use, website visitors segmented to 7, 15, 30, 60, 90, and 180 days. Obviously we don't have every single ad set segmented this way. We usually do anywhere between first day to 15th day or first to 30th day, 30th to 90th day, and then 90th to 180th day. So it's segmented 3 ways. It is all relative to how much traffic you're actually getting. If you're spending more than like $10,000 a day, then you should have these things properly segmented because you're getting so much traffic that it actually matters how your messaging is segmented between those days. Same thing going with Facebook and Instagram engagers. Very important, very underlooked audience. So would highly recommend including this segmented as well. Obviously you'd want as little segmentation as possible in the beginning and then slowly start to expand it as you start to increase your budget and as you start to get more traffic. These segmentations come in very handy once you actually have a phase 3 going on and spending hundreds of dollars a day in ads. Same thing with video viewers. Video viewers, same thing, segmented. And lastly, we can't forget email list subscribers. A lot of people forget to retarget their own email list subscribers. If you have Klaviyo, it's very useful. You can just integrate it into your audiences and have everything automatically flow in there. If you don't have Klaviyo or MailChimp or whatever, you can just manually upload that list once a week or so that way you can keep retargeting those email subscribers with your ads. And then we would want to also keep this segmented by excluding purchasers 180 days, view content 180 days, and add to cart 180 days. And this is mainly to help keep this list only people that are a little bit familiar with the brand that you're advertising, but not so much that they're already about to buy, because if they viewed the product or if they add it to cart, they're definitely interested. So one of the last things here is bottom of funnel. And bottom of funnel is obviously hot retargeting. This is warm retargeting, middle of funnel. Bottom of funnel is hot retargeting. And this is where we want to target the most hottest buyers and only including those people. So this is add to cart segmented, view content segmented, and initiate checkout segmented, and then excluding purchasers. Obviously, what's the point of bottom funnel if we're also targeting purchasers? Otherwise, your whole funnel is going to be messed up. So same thing as we brought up here where we would want to segment those audiences. We can keep them all clumped up in the beginning, but as we move forward, we can go ahead and segment them out as we start to spend more money and as we have more traffic flowing through Facebook. And lastly, this is one of the things that most people actually overlook, and this is a very secretive campaign that we use, and it's very effective, and it's called a bottom of funnel cross-sell campaign. And what this does is basically retargeting people that have already purchased, and you're basically upselling, cross-selling, or downselling them specific products in your lineup that don't specifically pertain to your offer. And those products are, they could be one-offs, they could be low sellers, or you could be bumping up if you're selling like one set of jeans, and if you want them to buy another pair of jeans for half off, this is where you would do it, and this is where you would cross-sell them. You can have different offers segmented throughout the different days of the audience. So like if they purchase within 7 days, you can give them a hot offer to buy the same thing for like 25% off. 15 days, it could be a different offer. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, etc. Could all be different offers. Now, this is basically the exact structure that we've helped get our clients to 7 figures and up. And honestly, it's clockwork and it's a machine because you set everything up in staging, you start testing everything in phase 1, phase 2, and then phase 3 is running at scale, spending hundreds of dollars a day. And then all the creative and all the audiences that you test in phase 2 and phase 1 while phase 3 is running, they all feed back into the phase 3 once certain audiences and creative start to burn out. Engagement helps drive down CPM and increase CTR. Middle of funnel, obviously self-explanatory. Middle of funnel and bottom of funnel are self-explanatory because they just genuinely help you get more conversions of people that might have bought but didn't buy. And then bottom of funnel just utilizes the brand equity that you already have to upsell them on future products. Now, that's pretty much it for the campaign structure. If you're a store owner and you want to increase your store monthly revenue by another extra $50,000 to $100,000 in monthly recurring revenue while also decreasing your CPA, let's go ahead and hop on a scaling initiative call where we can see what Aspect can do for you and how we can help you scale. The link is down in the description below. And that's pretty much it for the video. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you have any questions regarding Facebook campaign structure or e-commerce marketing overall, leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.